Region where I come from, only the water 6 most now, even a single branch here EFF. Mare how check more IEC, you'll find there are 284 people who voted for EFF in that ward. Your is number branch by EFF.
Okay.
For the last 4 years, PS until in that office. Then
3 minutes
Deputy Chair. Report ya organizational area renale 40,000 members in the Free State province. How many are male, how many are female? Then which region has the highest number of membership? Which branch has the highest number of membership? Deputy Chair.
Three minutes, no? 3 minutes.
Thank you very much.
3 minutes,
Thank you very much, Deputy Chair. First of all, I would like to say that the political report sounds more like current affairs than a political report. Chair, SG outlined that the EFF is a protest movement. But in the political report, there is very little about what a protest movement stands for. For instance, let me refer to point 74 about the labor desk. We are told that the labor desk has been the voice of the workers of the province and so forth, but we are not told how many cases the province has solved in the labor desk. And the reality is that, let me finish, comrades, my 3 minutes is very short. And the reality is that the province is an active tool in suppressing the protest movement within the EFF. We sat at G4S for 5 days, every single morning, protesting with the workers of G4S, only for the province to come and tell us that we must go home because there's police and there's white people who are angry. That in itself is very wrong. So mine is also to say that the province also does not listen to regions. There are some regions here who are treated like stepchildren in their own organization. They go to programs. When they are supposed to go home, they are told so-and-so will take you home. It's none of our business. So when this coming province comes in, my plea to them is that don't take power and pretend we gave it to you or we're blind. I'm not blind. We all elected each other to serve the EFF, and let us continue to do that regardless of how you feel about anyone. Thank you, Chair.
Greetings, fellow fighters. We are graced today with the presence of the SG, and we are thankful. Let me first start to welcome and acknowledge both the organizational report and the political report. But I have only one question that I have for both reports with regard to the very same labor desk. But mine is that the CIC, Julius Malema, the Commander-in-Chief, had already alluded that there might be a trade union that is in, the making. So we are saying this because I am aware of the opportunity that the organization has given to us to liberate the oppressed masses who are degenerated in firms of exploitation, the ones that we call employment and labor, So I'm saying this because I am aware that when we speak about the 1 million campaign, with just one firm, we managed to get over 200 membership forms filled and paid on the spot. And I'm saying that there is an opportunity there for regions to exploit and experience if they could treat that opportunity that the EFF has given these regions of ours and the organization, that let's go and push and free our people from those oppressive system treatments.
Okay.
My leader. So basically what I was trying to ask was that how far is the organization with regard to that?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Fighters, sorry, lead. Fighters, Rasaki. Kokopa o jetse ma fighter ba ka morao ka mo ba lo dula mo ntse ba dutse teng. Ke ntate Maloka. Kokopa lo dula fatshe ntate wa ka. Kokopa lo dula fa. Ka tsala pele.
Thank you very much, leadership. I want to engage a political report. But before I call it a report, let me call it an observation mission, because in it, you don't find anything that says we have went out and see and discovered these things happening in our province. And this is what we have done. What is captured in here? Only what the ANC is doing wrong to our people. It doesn't talk straight to say, what did you do when you observed such thing happening? And I'm also tempted by one failure, which is not captured in this particular report. The issue is very simple. Across the media, there was this thing of principals in the Department of Education, in schools, where they had embezzled assistant teachers' monies. That thing went viral in all media platforms. But I did not hear anything coming from the report per se. Let me leave hearing something from leadership at the provincial level. So this, before you call it a report, really I would wish to expect to receive an apology which says we'll go back and rectify this thing, because here we only captured observations, no attempts to resolve those issues.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chair of the session. My name is Rasaki Ndaudi from Leisure Putswa Machabeng, Ward 12. I wish to deal firstly with the organizational report. Welcome the organizational report by the Provincial Secretary, and wish to make comment on the issue he made that is critical, and then that issue of as members of the organization who must not be allowed or not allow ourselves to be used in leadership squabbles. And in doing that, I believe is a very critical issue, that one. But again, when as a provincial chair or the outgoing provincial chair, you are dealing, when you are saying that, mostly when we went through the organizational report here, it's I. There's no we. And that on its own tells us that you yourself or yourself as a PS, you are leading, or yourselves there, you are leading as individuals, not as collective. So the report must not seek to pursue issue of individualism.
Thank you.
My 3 minutes is not done, Chair. I think it's 1 minute left now. The last one is I think I wish to make but protect me, Chair. The treasurer's report. I think we must reject this report, when I chair, with the contempt that it deserves. It lacks content. It lacks preparation. Everything about it. It's.
Thank you.
So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Aluta fighters, Aluta SG, commissars, PST, PCT, RCT, and fellow delegates. My name is Teko Porota from Karib, Sub-Region Kopanong, Ward 4, Pudinzorolo, Philpolis. Mo kilinteng na a ke dintweng haholo. Mo kilinteng ke thachitswe ke mantswe a SG le Chair Commissar Mandisa. Go buile ka shaping up, building. Now, speaking about shaping up and building, if man on political report, even on the organizational report itself, how any movement whatsoever stipulating section 30 and section 31 of the constitution, the women's command team and the youth command team. Ke tlapa matso ka di student ba etsa mosebetsi o motle. Thank you. Ke tlapa matso for the student ba etsa mosebetsi o motle. Empa ba representa only 20% of the unemployed youth e teng ka hara South Africa. Ha re ka se kgone o ba le political report kapa organizational report e leng hore e reflecta only activism ya EFF as a mother body le student command. Ra hloka each and every branch as a basic tool e build an organization, ebe le women's command, ebe le youth command. E leng hore e tlo sebedisana le mother body e leng BCT eno ho ka phethahatsa di derivatives tsa CCT tse leng hore ra builder. If rebuilder re ka se kgone ho exclude activism aluta re ka se kgone ho exclude activism ya batho ba bomme.
Thank you.
Go ba fa le chairperson Mandisa as a professional chairperson, that's not enough. We need to hear the voices of the women as and structure say meeting within the organization. Aluta.
Thank you very much, fellow fighters and leadership. Anajale chinana any other matter tla bona commission. Anajale ko fa leadership ya arabe tena te sendi butitswe ke ma fighter mona. Ha ke tsebo qala ma Provincial Treasurer.
Amandla. Qina, delegate, Qina. Thank you, fellow fighters. Let me check the first question. First question, unale fighter butsitseng about the soccer tournament tickets. It's indeed a fighter. We didn't sell the soccer ticket because of the season that we were into that time. It was in winter time, like we explained in our report. And then the other thing, and that you ask again that what we did with that ticket, we destroyed the ticket because the ticket almost it's having the date of the soccer tournament and everything that is happening. If the date it's past, it means that date is no more gonna work.
Fighters, I to sebetsa eo, I to look. A jere jwanong mo a se gaming ya Chiefs le Pirates. Ha ona molodi le hu entsetsa. Ha re fe we might differ le provincial treasure. You can differ with 100 times, but you deserve dignity as a person. Can o ka mo mamela o sa batlo kwa le tsebetsa hao.
Fighters, my understanding na gore ticket ha letsatsi la teng le fitile ha ona letho e tshwantse ka hlola e etsuwa ka ticket e bona ha if se feletswe ke matla se feletswe ke bo active ba yona. The other thing hona le fighter butsitseng ka the expenditures. We've got the column of the expenditures here, but we decided not to put it in the treasurer's report because money of the organization, money everywhere is confidential. It's not allowed to be explored anyway. So we are having the expenditures table here in front of me. With all the money that we have raised, it's in here. All the money that we have expended, the expenditure that we did with the money, it's in also here, in this column of the expenditures. The other thing is, let me go again with the questions. The money that we've got for plenum fighters, the challenge that we have, the funders doesn't want to disclose themselves. When they give the organization money, they don't want for anyone to know who gave money to the organization. They don't want to expose themselves. So we've got the money amount of 20,000 rand on the 14th, late in the afternoon. That was to be used tomorrow morning on the 15th and the plenum. So the money didn't even went to the bank. We following day we just use it as the expenditures of the, and also the expenditures of that 20,000 rand is here in the table of the expenditures fighters. I think I've answered all the questions.
Thank you very much, Provincial Treasurer. Fighters, what, I don't know, the past leadership, the regime, after Tabo Mufutsa Nyana, the regime receives very closely, on a daily basis. Jamanga Unga Kaliba desk. And from the days it's a fighter daily until now, got fighters. I don't understand. Fighter Golan, you can do better than that. I don't understand what you are talking about. That issue, the issue are easy. Even any other thing, at the labor desk, at the provincial office, we don't know. We'll make a follow-up of fighter A, we'll fight to find out what is happening.
Amandla. Sure. Leadership, thanks once more for engaging the report. I must deal with some of these issues. Maybe I must start with the issue of student command. Personally, the provincial secretary has requested a meeting with the leadership of student command. After having realized as officials that there's a need to attend to some of the things, misunderstanding under the leadership of student command, just to relate aware or responsibility among I spoke to the deputy chairperson, spoke to the secretary, I spoke to the chairperson. We requested the meeting whenever you are available to come. If kana kone re lokopa letla lile latla ngabe re se mona mo re lente, but I must also attend to issue ya or lack of communication between the student command and the mother body. A result what has happened, maybe just to illustrate, maybe ka CUT. I asked the leadership of student command, what has happened? Why are you not registered? And we're told they are infighting between the national leadership and provincial leadership. So they sabotaged each other, hence there's no issue of registration. We're concerned as mother body, and it was even raised in a group. Leadership of the province wanted answers as to whether what has happened. But all is not lost. We understand student command or role as young people. From time to time, they must show that energy. We have a responsibility to guide them. And we have no right to be angry at student command. We must be persuasive with them. We must guide them properly up until they understand. That's how we grew. So we can't we'll engage in that process of meeting student command. Even the leadership they must continue to engage them because these are young people. One of the tasks is that you are preparatory schools at EFF. So we must never lose hope more alone. We must continuously guide you on a number of issues. Ke batla ho dila ka issue ya abscondment ya Thabo Mofutsanyane at RCT members. You know how we like Karachi. You will never know tabatsaka ka morengwe tsala. You are in a branch, but you want to talk about process ya region. How wrong was that process? Why you say member RCT? It's wrong, comrades. There's no way you do like a Karachi unta process tsaka ka moreng. It's wrong. We know exactly that those fighters, they absconded 3 consecutive meetings. Hence, both CCT, PCT agreed with the RCT around that decision. Hence, fighters were released. Maybe una lentong wa itseba mo rona re dulang teng le bona. Rona re sa itsebeng because rona re dula in those meetings. We are saying these fighters have absconded. And they have never even ba challenge ka pa ba ngola lengolo re ba treat and fail or something else. They accepted. Maybe a re tsebe ke engwe tseba. And then retle issue nya 1 million membership to say officials are deployed throughout the province and then mesebetsi ya bonala ya ka di officials. That's where you are missing it. You are deployed in Thabo Mofutsanyane. We call Red Fridays. I've never seen you in all those Red Fridays. And you have a role to play in those Red Fridays. You never even attended even a single Red Friday. And fighter outlamu, or no, this official deployment PS is a fail. This organization is PS. It need a collective. It need a PCT, it need a RCT, it need a branch, including yourself. And then you go further to say, Ibilema branch for Jarua, branch bagabu for Jarua, Maru delegate, Ubatamo to delegate. Why are you a delegate? I think you must tell us something that we don't know. How did you become a delegate to a conference? Ka branch bo for Jarue. Fighters. Moya wa di conference. Uli etsa go leskela imamela la libu. So tloelang ntho tsa di conference. Contributing to make this organization a sharper instrument of liberation moving forward. That's what we want. Bona. Wabona how powerful is President Malem. But will not build this organization alone. It needs collective. That's why we need the ground forces. That's why we need the structure. That's why we need the process of monitor because we work as a collective. So all is not lost. All is not lost, fighters. Whether from here, we'll want to do door-to-door and street by street in ensuring that we meet those targets. It's a 1 million membership. Fighters, I want to attend to issue ya di II to say secretary report the I tsenga that is I this. Go and check that report. There's not even a single I in that report. I don't know Ribadu, but there's not even a single eye. The structure of the report, we are guided fighters. Aritzamaism, we are not a spiritual movement. That's not how it works in the EFF. It's not a spiritual movement here. We are running a political organization, a fastest growing political organization in Africa. We are guided at the CCT to say this is a format. We are using this format. In as much as the program and collective, individually you will want to know in your space what are you doing to liberate Africans, in particular blacks in general, from the economic bondages. That's what we want to hear. So it's not about isolate. We need to monitor activities to each and everyone. If you are not doing it in your region, if you are not doing it in your branch, you are doing it wrong. It means even some of us are so we intact structures are reported, but we have a responsibility to do that. We will go to that extent. At least to organization how reporting template at the I see a PS at this thing. Fighters, when you deal with the issues of organizational report, you are dealing with intelligence organization. That's what the Secretary General, National Secretariat, or intelligence of the organization. We deal with hardcore facts about organization. So we talk to that information, we interpret that information, right? So how otla ubuaka ore all those reports the branches tse long hore di toropong di thola more than 200? It's not true. It's not true. Go and verify your facts, because we deal about badilanga intelligence organization. Ayiko. Krita manza ayiko lenkuku kulmanga. Ayiko total. It's not there. It's not there. It's not there. So when you are to engage organizational report, you must be factually correct. We're not raising opinion, we're dealing with intelligence of the organization, the data of organization. That's why I would like to be polite. I but the emotions. We serious. So, and then I say tell fighters. But equally, we must apologize more into this angle. Otherwise, we will not be leadership if we can accept our own mistakes. The leadership must also accept its own mistakes. In as much as onale ntho tse ntle tse re di entseng, jwalo ka batho ba nama le madi, re tlo tsamaya re gotswa. Ngwana mme ka re gotswa le maoto a mane ka mabedi ka tabana. So we apologize more than into wrong.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Provincial Secretary, Provincial Chair.
Thank you very much, Deputy Chairperson. I think the issue of student command, the Secretary, ubuile in detail, because we are waiting for that meeting. I'm not going to deliberate. More so, the student command did ex officio to the meetings of the student of the mother board, so that after that meeting they must go back to the report on their structures. It's not the responsibility of the mother body to report in your constituents. It's your responsibility. Then the issue of international relation, also, yes, those interventions were done, all of us as an organization, to assist where there are needs, where the students are stuck. We also fought for this thing. It's stop international bursary, because ine etsetswa batho ba mokgatlo o itseng, and ine violate o no jwa ditjhelete tse ngata. Hence the EFF la marcha to the office of the Premier to make sure to expose the wrong things that are happening in that office. It is part of the report. That is that secretary, Hana Bala report, Unalimo Anasari Totse. It happened, we assisted the student here in Mangaung. We also assisted them, those who were outside Bulgaria, especially that country, because Banabao, Banaba Fumana Bakupa Titoti Strateng, Rakupa Babahutse high. Then another issue, fighters. Yes, there is no more. There's no monitoring plan. Yaotseba hore the students of Free State say internationally the guy because now is in the office of the minister minister national is no longer in the province because here in the province auna hore bana ba se bantshuwa bane ba qetela take yane ela etsa mathata mangata hore bana ba fumana hore ba lo study the fly by night go China. Recently we also assisted them to make sure hore a student ene etsa masters go China ene tlile ka process ya COVID ba hana o patela ticket back to China alo qetela course ya high for next year June. The members of parliament and national they deal with that process and that person was managed to be taken back to China to finalize education for high. We also assisted those who were arrested through the collective in the Free State. You got the layer, the case was dismissed. Commissar Nazir was working with you and the letter was sent to all of you. So we did assist where is necessary, but we think we need to do more. And if we can have a meeting, the incoming leadership can have a meeting with the student command so that they can know what is their role and what is their responsibilities and induction for that matter. Then, comrades, the issue that the provincial treasurer, because I'm speaking on behalf of the organization here, I'm not speaking on behalf of my report. All this report I'm going to respond when Kibona into this. At no stage the treasurer akakgona hore jwetsa hore di tšhelete ya di posters of Free State in le bokae spend Free State. You'll get in the 4th NPA. I get to represent a report. So it's not their report to respond to that. That one is a report on the NPA. So the budget will get, you must know that question, prepare yourself for the incoming NPA, how the delegate will get that report. But there are other things that we're not supposed, we corrected, saying realena, how do you correct one another to make sure we improve our capacity. There are things that we acknowledge as Secretary Bileure, in Kaberisa di Kenya to the treasury report because our clamor report be political is covered the figures. That's a mistake we have done and we acknowledge we did a mistake because this report is now our report as a DSPCT you adopted in a meeting. The issue of the current affairs is very interesting. The current affairs and we are not seen anywhere. It's unfortunate. So we're doing our work and I can't respond to you as a person. More so, we have the cases in page 51 of the organizational report where it stipulates how many cases were open because they're in the organizational report of the secretary. It's page 51. Open it and read it. So what more do you want from me? The secretary was detailed. So we make it a page 51, Kolani. You'll get it and go through that case. You'll understand how many cases that we are having. But nevertheless, fighters, the number of cases, as I said, yes, fighter of 44. The issue of the challenges at Department of Education, we may not put a lot of things, but they were reported in the organization. Even your region was reported. Once a report comes through your region, it's part of the organizational report, it's not part of the political report, but the incoming leadership, they will improve. Hore I report xa izile I report evala ku secretary yasemangawu ingena ku organizational report ayingeni ku political report. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Provincial Chair. Okay. Thank you very much, Provincial Chair. Fighters, this is what is going to happen. We are going to adopt 2 reports. The reports of Provincial Secretary Organizational Report and the Treasurer's Report of Provincial Treasurer. Ne? So what we are going to do, re tlo di adopta ho ya ka tsela e di presentweng ka yona. Re tlo qala ka organizational report because se presentwe yona pele. So I'm looking for a hand e movang for adoption ya organizational report hana jwale. Political a re adopti. Fighter deliwe. Okay, Michael Abut. I'll go to several hours. Political reporter adopted it deals with contemporary issues. Those who have dealt with dialectics will know what I'm talking about.
Thank you, Deputy Chairperson of the Free State. My name is Deliwe Malebu. I move for adoption of both reports, Treasurer's Report and the Organizational Report.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Fighter Deliwe. Who is the second in that? Mofe Mike Mole, Monis.
Greetings once again, graced by the presence of the SG. My name is Brown Mosabi from Mangaung. I second it, I think.
Thank you very much, fighters. I think now we are in the hands of the national leadership to do what it has to be done. So I'm giving to them to do what has to be done.
Amandla. Thank you, Deputy Chairperson of the province, for carrying us through from Ekaleni Kwale program up until now as the chairperson of the session. And I think I would want to then also thank the delegates as well for your discipline and the engagements as well of to the reports, which have now been adopted and therefore become the reports of the Free State in its entirety. As all the reports have said, fighters, they were reflecting on the work of the EFF in the province from 2018 until 2022, which therefore means that that provincial command team that was elected, and therefore what needs to happen now is that we are renewing, we are building from what they have done. And by building, it means that this now comes the time where we must now deal with the second phase, which is for us to be dealing with the second phase and the renewal. It means that we must now start, number one, or in concurrently for that matter, with the election of the new leadership and also giving them a mandate, a renewed mandate in terms of the things that they need to do. And how that mandate is going to be done, it is through the commissions that all of you must be engaging in and must be part of, which will become resolutions and basically a mandate or a manual of how the incoming leadership is to navigate the next 4 years. So without wasting time, fighters, I'm just going to give an outline of the commissions there at the back. If you look at your program page, at the far back there, they are all outlined, the 6 commissions that we are going to go to. I'm going to outline them in terms of who are going to be the chairpersons, the rapporteurs, and the scribers. And also where those commissions will be. Immediately after the commissions, or immediately after I outline, I will then hand over to the SG to take us through the rest of the program. So the first commission is elections of 2024. The chairperson will be the provincial chairperson of the Free State, Komisamandi Simakesini. It will be sitting here in this corner. That's the first one. The rapporteur is Lehare from Karib. The scriber is Fighter Bini from Thabo Mofutsanyana. Media and communication, that's the second one. It will sit there at the far back. It will be presided over, the chairperson will be the deputy chairperson, Fighter Majage. The rapporteur will be the chairperson of Mangaung, Fighter Hopolang. The scriber will be the acting secretary of Karib, Fighter Ditseo. Finance and fundraising. It will be done, the chairperson, by the provincial treasurer. It will sit there at the back as well. The rapporteur will be Fighter Malefu from Fezile Dabi. And the scriber will be Fighter Sney, Regional Secretary of Lijwili-Putsu. Organizing and mobilization, it will sit here. Its chairperson is the provincial secretary, Komisa Busangu. You are not a fighter yet, or ever. The chair, okay. The rapporteur will be Fighter Mohau from Thabo Mofutsanyana, chairperson of Thabo Mofutsanyana. And then the scriber will be PCT member Fighter Pabalo. Political education, it will be done by the deputy secretary of the province, Fighter Coach, that's the chairperson of the session. The rapporteur will be Fighter Lebu from Lijwili-Putsu, deputy secretary. And the scriber will be Fighter Mpo Ramatlama of Mangaung. Governance, that commission will be sitting outside. There's a tent there that we have assembled for that. So commission 5 and 6 will be going outside. The chairperson of governance, which is the last commission, will be Secretary of Fezile Dabi, Fighter Silwane. The rapporteur will be PCT member, Fighter Sharon Kongota. And the scriber will be Fighter Diploma, Deputy Secretary of Fezile Dabi. So that is the outline of the commissions. Let us please make sure, fighters, specifically regional secretaries, that we have all your delegates, you split them into 6, you make sure that they attend those commissions. So we must have an equal number of delegates into the commissions. With that being said, fighters, thank you very much. If you did not understand or hear, I think we'll ask also the secretaries to just put on your WhatsApp groups what I've outlined here so that no one is lost. With that being said, SG, I will then hand over to you. Thank you.
Yeah, Colin.
Let's give this lady to sing here. Amandla, Amandla, viva EFF, viva. Long live the Commander-in-Chief, long live. Kula EFF Free State, Kula. Kula EFF Free State, Kula. Kina fighter, Kina. Amandla. Thank you very much. Someone lost a phone, high sense. Phone high sense. Thank you very much, Deputy Chairperson, who has been the chair of the session since we started this morning, for conducting this work that the organization has sent you to do. Fighters, let me take this opportunity to thank the Provincial Command Team of Free State that was elected in 2018 under the chairperson of Komisa Mandi Samakesini, the Provincial Secretary, Musimang Busangu, Malefan. I know this one of Pusango, this one of Malefane, it's a different tune. And the entire PCT. I stand here on behalf of the Central Command team, led by the President and the Commander-in-Chief, to say to these comrades and these fighters, we know that we gave you a task that was very difficult. We know that you had to navigate this task because of the commitment to the organization. No one said it's going to be easy, and it was not going to be easy when our people, they remain landless in Free State. But you continued with the task, you continued with the work that was given to you, because you did not only respect the Central Command team, but you respected all the fighters and the voters of Free State. There might have been some challenges, some of you have fallen along the way, and we want also to lower our barracks in memory of those that we've lost along the way that have been part of this provincial command team. We salute those fighters, and we are saying to them, we're going to continue fighting in their memory as well. We want to say to you, PCT members, all of you, your names will never be forgotten by this revolution. We want to say to you as individuals, as a collective, thank you for servicing the people of Free State. You did not have resources, some of you might not have the necessary experience, but you had to get running on the ground. You had to go and learn, you had to do what the Chinese guide us to do, that the only way to learn to cut a tree is to cut a tree. So you had to go to the ground and do the work. We want to appreciate you for respecting us by coming back after so many years, given this responsibility to come and hand over the organization of the people still intact in Free State. Because you could have chosen your families and your personalities and left and destroyed this organization and went different ways. But you knew that it's a sacrifice that you have made this commitment. We are here, the organization is intact, the reports were here. Obviously, they are an organizational report, they are provincial reports, they are treasurer's reports. They are our reports at the end of the day. They are not just the PCT, they are our reports. Whatever that has been reflected here, it's our report as a collective. We had to engage on them robustly. And that work continues even on commissions. Whatever that was reported here, we take on commissions. We stop pointing fingers. We're saying this leadership has taken us up to so far. We must build on this and try to fix 1, 2, so that tomorrow we're a better organization. We want to thank you fighters. We want to thank you commissars. It has been a difficult journey. You immediately when you were elected, you had to deal with the 2019 national and provincial elections. From there, you went to the 2021 local government elections. But we are very proud of the work that you have done in Free State, because the organization of the people, it remained safe under your leadership. Now, fighters, commissars, on behalf of the Central Command team, with the powers vested in me, let me officially dissolve the Provincial Command team of Free State. Thank you.